Oh, baby, you ain't bring me nothing to eat. You ain't bring me nothing to eat. You didn't bring me nothing to eat.
Martin, Tommy, and Cole just got done playing basketball and head back to Martin's place. Cole is searching for any kind of refreshment with his thirsty ass, but Martin's fridge is empty. He tries to play it off as newlyweds burning through calories, but Tommy knows what's really going on.
I think you ain't got no food, cause Gina working all that overtime, man.
Martin, who can dish out the jokes but can't take them, kicks Tommy and Cole out for making fun of his lack of groceries. So mature. But can someone explain to me why this grown-ass man can't go to the grocery store? Gina the only person who know how to buy food? When Gina gets home, Martin gets gassed when Gina walks in with a big brown paper bag.
No, baby, these are my papers from work.
Baby, I want a home-cooked meal. The way you used to make me before you started working all this overtime.
Gina tries to explain to Martin that she can't be the breadwinner and a homemaker. After a bunch of whining and complaining, Gina concedes that she will give Martin a home-cooked meal when this ad campaign is over.
I'll even learn how to make your mama biscuits.
My mama biscuits.
But when Gina tells him that she has to work all weekend and can't go to the Mary concert, he starts whining all over again.
Look, all this overtime's got to stop.
Martin goes to Nipsey's to get something to eat, and even Nipsey got jokes.
Damn shame a man wife won't cook no food.
Martin tries to front again in front of Tommy and Cole like he's not hungry, but that damn sure doesn't last for long.
I can't take it no more.
Martin admits that Gina hasn't cooked in 2 weeks because she's been working all this overtime. Tommy, who's usually the voice of reason, puts a battery in Martin's back by telling him that Gina's boss might be taking advantage of her.
What happens when the next campaign come around? And the next one, and the next one. No, bro, you have got to handle that right now.
Martin, without even consulting with Gina, shows up at her job, strolls right into her boss's office, and tells him to cut back on all the overtime.
You want Gina to be home more, right? Well, I think I can arrange that.
Gina gets home early from work, and Martin thinks he did something.
Thank you for getting me fired.
What?
Gina is upset that Martin has cost her job, but she's even more upset that her boss would fire her over something so petty. She knows her worth and knows that she can easily land another job. You know, it ain't nothing to a boss. But Martin sees this as an opportunity to make Gina more of a housewife.
I could get another job this afternoon.
Whoa, slow down. You could, stay home and cook a few meals for a brother.
Martin convinces Gina that she doesn't have to find a new job right away, and Gina decides to try out the housewife thing for a little while until she lands a new job. Gina, who is probably long overdue for some self-care, is having a great time not having to go to work, but it is starting to drive Martin crazy.
Gina, do you got to be all up in here? All up through here, baby.
Be careful what you ask for. Martin cannot stand this housewife version of Gina and runs out to try and fix it. But just as he leaves, Mr. Oaks calls Gina, begging her to come back to work. She negotiates herself an assistant. She has no more weekends. Sis said no more overtime. Let the people know what you need, period. Martin shows up at Mr. Oaks' office without consulting Gina again. Luckily for him, he's desperate.
Man, please let Gina come back to work for me. I mean, I thought I could get along without it, but I can't.
Martin asked for Gina to have a bigger office, an assistant, and no overtime. All the things that Gina had already secured for herself before he even got there. And when he gets home, Martin walks in with his chest out like he done something.
You got my job back for me?
Gina doesn't even bother to tell Martin that she negotiated everything on her own. Don't deflate his little ego.
You are the man, Martin.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's right.
Don't worry, Gina. Girl, your secret is safe for me. We won't tell him he ain't really do nothing. Let's review. Gina's been working crazy overtime the last 2 weeks and hasn't had time to go grocery shopping. Martin, the man-child, can't fend for himself and is getting clowned by all his boys for not having home-cooked meals. Martin takes matters into his own hands and demands Gina's boss
chill on all that overtime, yeah.
Mr. Oaks takes it a step further and fires her altogether.
You got me fired, man!
Gina embraces the stay-at-home life, but Martin pulls a complete 180 when it doesn't turn out the way he wanted and goes back to Mr. Oaks to get Gina's job back. Little does he know that Gina already got her job back with perks. And this Negro had the nerve to ask for stuff for himself.
Why don't you hook a brother up with a Rolex watch?
Boy, bye. So after getting his wife fired from her job because he couldn't go grocery shopping, is Martin a fuckboy? You let us know what you think in the comments.